we're gonna go for a test drive. And so we're pretty excited to take Ryan in his refurbished truck, revived if you will. We're gonna show him what his truck can do, maybe scare him just a little bit. All right, we'll see you.
Have fun.
So it looks like an old pickup truck, but it's a dream to drive though. It's faster and faster, man. Anyways, let's take a look at it. Let's pop the hood. Interior probably similar to what you remember. New carpet, sound deadening. We took the little snap rivets that went around the glass because they were also rattling and driving me nuts when I was driving it. And then it was also starting to create like a little wear mark in the back of the seat. And so we actually corrected all that and took all those off. So we put a little tape over it so it wouldn't actually mess the seat up. And then we put sound deadening in there. We actually took the headliner that was in, took it off and put sound deadening up in there. This was starting to get noisy. It's all sound deadening and pad all inside. So we even took the metal door panels off because we were getting some stuff in here, and so we were trying to quiet all that stuff down. Just finding the little rattles that were driving me insane as I was driving it. So there it is.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, so I've personally driven it for 500 miles myself.
Okay.
So the last 500 miles I've driven. It's good. These hood hinges works phenomenal. Like you can see, I just popped it with one hand. It just goes right up. So you're not fighting anything. So you've got a brand new radiator. This is your overflow hose. Had a teeny tiny leak right there, so we fixed that this morning. We got that taken care of, put some Teflon tape on it and sealed that up. You've got power steering right here. It's a little hot. This is your reservoir for your squirters. That works. You've got, of course, your cold air intake, your air cleaner here. This is your Supercharger coolant tank. So that's right here, tucked underneath it. You can access that here. So try to make it as functionable and easy to maintain and access to stuff, but not, super like in your face. You know? So a lot of stuff's kind of blacked out, just kind of make it go away. Your brake booster, master. Of course, you got your Whipple 3.0 liter supercharger, and with the illuminator. Of course, with the illuminator motor, we've got the 3.875 pulley. So every time you decided down the road, you like, hey, I'd like to get a little more boost out of this, what we're gonna do is you're gonna wanna just change this pulley.
Okay.
So every 1/8 of an inch smaller you go, it's gonna gain 1 pound of boost. So you can comfortably go down to like a 3.5. There will be a little tuning, but our guy can work with you remotely and do tuning and change the fuel trims and stuff wherever you are.
Cool.
Okay. But it's generally fast enough for people that have gone from what they were before to this is night and day. And so
as fast as I have.
Yeah, so hood's really easy to open and close. Of course, the interior, the bed floor is completely raised up on this. So it's got a brand new bed floor. Everything's been raised up. Of course, we widened these to accept a little bit, the Detroit Steel's 11-inch wides back here. Got the hubcaps on them, and your fuel door right there. So as long as you get your fuel filler down in all the way, then the back pressure will cause it to stop all on its own. If you only have it in just like this much and you're filling it up, it'll actually, when it finally reaches that point, but it can also like push out the cap a little bit and kind of make a little mess on your tank.
Gotcha.
So just this little heads up, only because I actually did that. So I had to clean the gas tank off. I was like, hey, dang it. All right. We had a, you know what it means, like a drone sound?
Yeah, I had a F-150 with like flow masters, and
that's what we were fighting this morning. It was, now that we got everything good, there was a drone sound. I was like, I I can't actually handle it. So that's what I was like, I need to redo the exhaust real quick and add some drone pipes on here so that I can feel like I can think. That'll get your heart racing for a second, but yeah, it's pretty fun. So I filled it up. I knew where I was on mileage when I filled it up. And I've driven it pretty hard a few times, but I still got 15 miles a gallon.
Okay.
So and you got about a 20-gallon tank. So if you're not going too crazy, just cruising, you should be able to get 250 to 300 miles in this thing.
All right, cool.
Which is pretty good for a supercharged motor.
Yeah.
It's very responsive. Like just handles really well. And then because it's super low, it just carves it all up.
Yeah.
But even though it hasn't been painted and gone through all this stuff, I still want it to feel and drive and handle as good as anything on the road.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when I would drive it around town, like out back home, and I took it on the freeway once, and I hit like a bump, and literally like truck went straight to the shoulder, and I'm like, but you know, there's so much play in the old trucks.
There is, yeah, you got
it's
6 inches of play in there.
Yeah. Kind of gives you a pucker factor.
It does, and a little scary, and so this you don't get it. You know, it's holding to the road pretty good. But pretty smooth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's gonna feel a little bit more like a sports car, you know, more of a hot rod sports car, not a Cadillac or anything like that, because it's more racing suspension that it has on it.
Yeah.
It's still pretty smooth, all things considered. We'll jump on the freeway where we can open it up a little bit. Last night I was driving and I was coming back and it's about 11:30, and from where I was, and I was there's not that many people on the freeway at 11:30, but I'm just trolling for anyone to just race me. Just trying so hard to find someone, and just because they're like an old pickup truck and they think like I'm just pushing it, and they have no idea that I have so much more to go.
Yeah.
The Bronco Raptor right here, you'll be surprised when he gets gapped here in a second. Back there. Pretty quick, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't mess around. But we're cruising 83 pretty effortlessly.
Yeah.
And I'm barely on the pedal.
It's amazing what you could just, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited for you guys. You guys are gonna have a fun.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Fun road trip.
Yeah.
And a lot of memories, you know. Just you guys will be able to just drive this thing everywhere.
Yeah. Everyone's like, "You bringing it into work?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Well.
So, you know, your temperature, you know, gauges are all oil pressure gauges. Your battery, your fuel. Your speed will display here along with here. This right here is RPMs, the green lights, and they go in 250 RPMs per light. Okay, so that's how you know. And then there'll be a 1 and then a 2 when you get up to 2,000 RPMs. And this is your odometer. It tells you what gear you're in. And then there's a check engine light that will come on if anything pops up. So that's a computer, and there's a place you can plug in a scanner and see what's going on with it.
Okay.
So just like a new car.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah, I like how Dakota Digital keeps it kind of like retro,
Yeah,
but modern.
yeah. Yeah, this is a really nice setup they've got. All right, we're gonna pull over here and let you drive it back the rest of the way.
All right, cool.
Your lights at night will be right here. Dimmer switch right here. The lights are really bright. You can see really well at night. It's like a new car. It's that bright.
Cool.
It's all been sound deadening material, and everything's been, you know, so you're good. Floor mats here. Got a little heel pad right there for you. I used to tell people like a Coyote was enough, but the more I drive the Supercharger, the more I kind of think maybe I'm a little bit of a liar when I say that. I'm like, I'm not trying to talk people into a Supercharger. It's not my normal. If people are like waffling, I'll say don't do it. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, they have no idea how much faster and quick. Now, it's a lot more work to put that in there. A regular Coyote is just way simpler, you know. There's a lot less to worry about, but yeah.
Well, I asked, like, when I was talking to Roger, like, getting ready, I was like, hey, can you quote me with just a regular Coyote and then one Supercharged? And I was like, I want a Supercharged, but I'm like, do I need it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know.
Yeah, everyone's like trying to be all frugal. Do I need, you know? And I'm like, and then you're like, well, you might not. You might have a good time with a regular Coyote, but you can't get on it and do what we just did. They can't do that. So
I was like, I knew if I got a regular one, I'm gonna rig it.
Eventually, yeah. So I left the blinker on just so you could see. It will eventually get mad at you right here, and a big red light will pop up and say your turn signal's on.
Oh, okay.
Just so you know. But then the blinker's just right there, and it cancels when you're in your turn. But you know, there's no new car sound that's going ding, ding, ding. Remember to, you know, so. Well, check it out, man. You're driving it. How's it feel?
Great. It's so quick.
Yeah, instant. And with the 10 speed, it's very linear. So you don't have that like shift and then shift and then shift. The 10 speed is kind of so close together that it shifts fast. And so it just has that very linear, you know, pull. So it's very constant. And plus I like the whine of a Supercharger, you know. Yeah. If you remember, that brake pedal was up higher. Mm-hmm. It felt like you had to bring it up.
Yeah.
And when I first started driving it, I was like, that's not going to fly. So we made some modifications to the pedal. So there's a lot of like tuning. Granted, that's how it was in 1972, but it's not how you want it right now. This is fantastic, man. I'm so happy you're getting to drive it, and today's the day.
Yeah, thank you.
These are the best days for us when we are done. Now, we have never started a truck on Monday and delivered it on Friday. I've never done that. And had 1,000 miles on it. And all the bugs worked out. Like, that just, the guys have really gotten better at, you know, now granted, you know, I'm cranking out some miles at night to get there. And, but it's gone really well. But we kind of started it on, I think it was, maybe it was Friday, Saturday, we got it started, but we were having some pedal issues. And there was a wire in the harness from Ford. The wire was frayed in it. And pull it apart, find the wire. We actually got pictures of it. So it's a factory defect from Ford. So once we figured that out, we lost about 2 days, but really set us back. That cost us the most. How the brakes feel?
Great. Okay. Way better than it was before.
Yeah. You do kind of have to be careful because you'll be into some quick speeds fast and you don't even know it.
You said right here?
Yeah, right here.
might get in trouble.
I know. You got 12 hours to practice on the way home. All right. Well, what do you think?
I like it.
Fun, huh?
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have a good time in this, and you know, be safe and get used to it. And you know, they're fun. There's a lot of work. Take a motor like this and put all these aftermarket parts together. I'm gonna tell you, it's very hard. We're constantly learning, growing, and changing, and making those changes.
Very nice.
Well, I'm excited.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for letting us build this for you. The most important thing is that, one, we build something that you're going to be happy with, and in a way, never hear from you again, because things are going that right. All right. Well, you're driving this home.
Driving it home.
And that's exciting, right? You excited about the trip?
Very excited.
Have you ever done something like this before?
No.
No?
This will be a first.
We had several people come and get their vehicles here and drive home. We haven't had anyone break down.
Okay.
So,
it's good to know.
yes.
Let's not be the first.
The old days when we just put like 200 miles on it and then we'd ship it, somebody's always like within the same night or a day later, you know, something's happening. So we've just learned, just put them through the paces, just go through it and find it. And we've actually driven it 1,000 miles and it actually hasn't broken down in all the 1,000 miles. We're just making tweaks along the way. So anyway, so we're really excited about it. So getting married, super excited. We thought this would be kind of fun just to bring the cans out and,
Thank you.
and you know, kind of make it a little bit, you know, something different. I seen that look on your face like, I don't know what's going on with my truck, but it doesn't sound right, you know. Well, exciting. I'm so excited for you guys.
Thank you.
All right, we're done. How'd it go?
Good. It's fast.
I think he hit 100 too. Yeah. We're really excited for you and hope you have a safe trip. And
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you for the opportunity to build it. So it's a very cool truck. We get a lot of comments. You know, people see that truck, and I'm out driving it around and getting gas, and you know, people just love it. So you're your own parade at this point. Wherever you go in this truck, people are always going to be just enamored with the truck. The old classic trucks just invoke more passion because it brings back memories and stuff like that. And so then when people pop the hood and they start seeing what's underneath it, then it's like, oh no, it's well, thank you.
Thank you.